If somebody comes and attacks your country, whether it was America which was attacked during the war on terror by Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda, America had a right to respond. We are not going to allow our citizens to be killed like this and go unavenged. Pakistan for far too long has been using the nuclear card, that we are a nuclear nation, and therefore they could give that umbrella for acts of terror. We have called their nuclear bluff. We do not distinguish between terrorists and the sponsors of terrorists. Pakistan is an irresponsible, immature nation. It doesn't deserve to have any nuclear arsenal. Pakistan is on probation right now. Make no mistake, we have not ended Operation Sindoor.
Maybe Pakistan doesn't necessarily back the terrorists, they just let them stay there. What can you say to that? I'm Patrick Lancaster, and I'm on the ground in India showing you the different perspectives of the India-Pakistan conflict. We're here in New Delhi showing you everything we can until we head to the front line. But for now, we've been showing you the political perspective, the military perspective, the civilian perspective, giving you as many different perspectives as possible, tweaking everything here and there, just to get so much out of it so you can learn with us. We've already shown you some political perspectives, the opposition, the PJP party perspective. But now we're meeting with the PJP national spokesperson, Mr. Poonawalla, and he's also a Muslim member of the party. So we're just trying to get as much out of the situation here while we're here to show you all of the information possible. India is a very diverse culture, many religions, and we're bringing you perspectives from each, both in the civilian sector, like we've already done, and now the political sector. We're bringing everything together: religion, politics, civilian life, military, much, much more. We got so much to come here and towards the front line. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below what else you want to see, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and let's do this together. Let's show the world together. And I need your help with that. I need you to go down to the link and donate to support my work, because I'm only supported by you, my viewers. You're the ones that help me do this work. I can't do it without you. So I'm totally not getting no funding from YouTube, only donations. So please like, share, subscribe, and donate now to support my work with the link on the screen, in the description, or in the pinned comments. Now let's go get some information. There's so much more to come. Share, like, subscribe. All right, now we've got a special guest, the national spokesperson for the BJP party, Shahzad. Hello, sir.
Nice to meet you, Patrick. Welcome to India.
Thank you very much. Very nice to meet you, and thank you for meeting with us. And
it's my pleasure.
Hopefully, we can educate myself and my audience about the happenings, both in the political sphere and the tensions, as we know.
Absolutely.
Could you maybe tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your party?
Our party is a party that has got the occasion to serve the people of India for the third time now, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and I am the national spokesperson of the party. It's called the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it is a party that puts nation first. So that's why people have reposed their faith in us for the third time in a row.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Obviously, there has been a lot happening over the last weeks between India and Pakistan, and I've been going around New Delhi so far. I haven't gotten past the city yet, but plan to hopefully get to near the LOC or as close as possible. But I'm trying to get as many different perspectives as possible. Could you tell us, in your eyes, in your party's eyes, what has been happening over the last weeks and how it affects the country as a whole?
Look, what has happened is that Pakistan is a country that is the epicenter of global terror. Pakistan is responsible in the last 30 years for all kinds of terror attacks that have taken place across the globe, that have cost not just innocent Indian lives, but also lives of civilians from America, from Europe, from Russia, from Japan, from every part of the world. And the epicenter to every terror attack actually links up with Pakistan. But Pakistan has gone largely unpunished for its unabashed role in terrorism. On 22nd of April, they launched what I call is the most brutal and dastardly terror attack on innocent civilians in Pahalgam, where people were identified on the basis of their religion, and Pakistan sponsored terrorists belonging to the group called the Resistance Front, TRF, came and took their lives, including one of the persons from Nepal who had come there to do sightseeing, tourism. And after that, it was incumbent on India to respond and to ensure that those who have indulged in this act of terror are made to pay a price. Every civilized nation will have a right to respond. It's under the United Nations Charter. If somebody comes and attacks your country, whether it was America, which was attacked during the war on terror by Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda, America had a right to respond. When the French were attacked by Islamic jihadis, the French had a right to respond. When Israel was attacked by Hamas on 7th of October, Israel had a right to respond. Similarly, after Pahalgam, we had a right to respond and ensure that those who are behind this act of terror are, as the Prime Minister put it, made to rub into the ground. Mitti mein mila denge. We had the right to do that, and that's what we exercised. It was a right of response that we exercised. But unfortunately, Pakistan, instead of enabling and helping us to take out these terrorists, attacked our military bases, our civilian areas, using their Turkish-made and Chinese-made drones and missiles, and they escalated the matters. And after that, we proportionately, in a non-escalatory manner, responded to all those threats. And after taking out 9 terror camps, which were not just in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, but also in various parts of Pakistan, including Punjab, because they attacked our military bases, in a proportionate response, we too attacked 11 of their air bases and military bases, and we responded in kind to Pakistan. After that, Pakistan, their DGMO, after getting the beating of their lifetime, decided to pick up the phone and called our DGMO, the Director General of Military Operations, and they said that they wanted to seize all kind of action, and that is where we have left it. The Operation Sindoor has not been ended or terminated. It continues. We have put Pakistan on probation. If Pakistan continues to violate or continues to do anything that is contrary to maintenance of peace, it will have to be responded to in the same kind and the same language. And this is what I call as the Operation Sindoor doctrine. There are 3 basic points to this new doctrine or new template of response. One, Pakistan for far too long has been using the nuclear card, that we are a nuclear nation, and therefore they could give that umbrella for acts of terror. We have called their nuclear bluff. It is perhaps for the first time a nation has gone into another nuclear powered nation and has attacked 9 terrorist camps and also their military bases, as far as Jacobabad, which is 220 kilometers away from the Indian international border. Point 2, we do not distinguish between terrorists and the sponsors of terrorists. That includes the government of Pakistan and the armed forces of Pakistan. If they choose to not make any distinction, we too will choose not to make that distinction. We were only taking out the terror camps. The Pakistani military should not have retaliated, or the Pakistani military should not have acted. They should have allowed us to take the necessary action because they weren't taking those actions against the terrorists. But because they chose to blur the lines, we have taken this action of attacking their air bases and military bases, which, by the way, Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has acknowledged that the Noor Khan base was also attacked. And third, trade, terror and talks, or terror and water will not flow together. If they continue to have terror, there will be no trade, there will be no talks, and there will be no water flowing from the Indus water. We have taken a very categorical stand, and this is our new normal. But Pakistan continues to operate on their old normal, which is to sponsor terror, which is to continue to act belligerent. And we are committed that if Pakistan acts in a belligerent manner, hum goli ka jawab gole se denge. Literally, it means that if they fire a bullet, they will get a bombshell in response.
Understand.
We are very clear about it. This is our new doctrine. Earlier, the doctrine was that they would do 2611, which cost 166 plus Indian lives, including lives of many Europeans, lives of Americans. At that time, we did not take out any terrorist scam. We did not take the strong action that was required to teach the terrorists in Pakistan a lesson. And I think that template has now changed. We no longer give terrorism a leeway to operate without any kind of punishment. We will definitely give a debilitating response, a fierce response at our time and place of choosing. And we do not need to be dictated by the world when we are going to act hard on terrorism. That is the new normal that India has set. And let me tell you how we have done it. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji came to power in 2014, we invited Pakistan for the swearing-in ceremony. The Prime Minister of Pakistan was here. We took a step forward towards extending a hand of one can say understanding. They gave us Pathankot in return. Pathankot was an attack on our air base. At that time, we invited Pakistan's agencies to come and see how they have orchestrated and allowed this attack to take place. Instead of taking action, they went back and said we had no role, even though we have given the full proof of how Pakistan was involved. Thereafter, they have struck us at Uri, and then for the first time, we conducted what was the surgical strikes, where we crossed the LOC. Then they conducted Pulwama. Pulwama was where we lost 40 plus people in our personnel, our CRPF Jawans, our soldiers. At that time, we have taken the action of bombing the terrorist camps. And this time, when they attacked innocent tourists in Pahalgam, we have not only taken action across line of control in POK, but we have also gone and taken action right up to Punjab of Pakistan, Bahawalpur camp, Murid ke camp. These are all Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed camps, which have been creating terrorists, which have attacked people across the world. They did the IC-814 hijacking, which eventually led to the killing of Daniel Pearl, the American journalist. The terrorists from here are responsible for attacks in London bombing. They are responsible for the attacks in US and other places on US citizens, etc. So we have actually done the world a favor by acting against these terrorist camps.
All right. Yeah, you're really covering most things we've been interested in. As far as the nuclear possibility, as you said, the first time two countries that are nuclear capable are getting this heavy of tensions. What do you believe the likelihood that this could become a nuclear conflict as far as weapons being
Pakistan
used?
is an irresponsible, immature nation. It doesn't deserve to have any nuclear arsenal. I would request the IAEA and the world powers to immediately disarm Pakistan of all its nuclear capabilities. It is the world's biggest mistake that Pakistan has these nuclear capabilities. The fact of the matter is that Pakistan allows its territory to be used for attacks against us and against the world in the form of terrorism. And then it keeps blackmailing the world, saying that, look, we have nukes. If India comes after the terrorists, we will fire the nuclear missile. This kind of attitude and approach has actually led to terrorists acting brazenly. This time we have called their nuclear bluff. They had the nuclear missiles, they had the nuclear power, but yet when they escalated, India did not look at any escalations. India was only and only interested in making the terrorists pay a price which we are entitled to. It's our right under the articles of the United Nations Charter. We are not going to allow our citizens to be killed like this and go unavenged. When we took action on terrorist camps, where Pakistan says I'm a victim of terror, so they should have helped us, their military sent Chinese and Turkish drones into civilian areas. You know, they wanted to attack the Golden Temple in Amritsar. They attacked a Gurudwara, a Sikh praying place in Poonch. They attacked one of the convent schools. And the parish there, the children there, learning under convent school were attacked. This is Pakistan. We attack terrorists, they attack our civilians. They attack our religious places. And therefore, they have been using this nuclear blackmail for far too long. And therefore, I think that we have called it out. We are the first nation in the world to go right up to Noor Khan, which is in the north of Pakistan, their airbase, to Bholari and to Jacobabad, which is the south of Pakistan, all their air bases. We proved to them that we have a superior air striking capability. Their Chinese-made radar systems, their Their useless radar systems, their air defense systems, we proved how useless they were. In fact, nowadays it said sleep like an HQ9. If you want a comfortable sleep, sleep like the Chinese systems. We prove how incapable they are. We proved our dominance. And we have given Pakistan a message that this nuclear blackmail won't work. But I request the world that the first step they should take is that they should make Pakistan disarmed from all nuclear weapons. And if Pakistan does not improve, Pakistan is on probation right now. Make no mistake, we have not ended Operation Sindoor. Operation Sindoor is very much on. If Pakistan returns to its old habits, that is sponsoring terrorism into India, it will pay a price which it cannot even imagine.
Understand. And what do you say to the people? I've had some comments on my channel where people have said, well, maybe Pakistan doesn't necessarily back the terrorists, they just let them stay there. What can you say to that?
Pakistan operates on 3 Ds. D for delusion, D for denial, and D for deception. Whom are they kidding that they are not involved with these terrorists? You know, when the 9 terrorist camps were taken out by us, these were basically terror nurseries of Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Toiba, both of which are proscribed by the United Nations and also by the United States. One of the funeral ceremonies, let me show you the picture. This is the funeral ceremony of one of the terrorists who was taken out. It's being led by Haji Rauf. He is a United States proscribed terrorist. He is a LET, Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist. And look who's standing here. This is Pakistani military. They are giving the state honor to a terrorist. And where was Osama bin Laden found, my dear friend?
Pakistan.
Abbottabad. Hafiz Saeed and Jaish-e-Mohammed both are proscribed. Is Hafiz Saeed in jail? No, he's been kept safe. I have been told in Lahore by the Pakistani SSG. They guard him. They have kept him under so-called house arrest where he has a lawn, he has a personal praying space, and he operates with impunity. Zakir Rahman Lakhvi, behind the 26/11 terror attacks which killed Americans, he is operating out of, he's so-called in jail and convicted, but he gets to roam around freely, gives speeches freely. Pakistan acting on terrorists or being separated from terrorists is the biggest hoax. Let me give you another example. The Mullah military Mujahideen nexus can be understood from the fact that their current DG ISPR, the ISPR is the Inter-Services Public Relations, which basically does the briefing for all the Pakistani military actions, Ahmad Sharif Chaudhry. You know who his father is? His father is Sayyid Bashiruddin, who was a proscribed United States terrorist. He was the one who met Osama bin Laden after 9/11 and wanted to give him nuclear, biological and chemical warfare details. This is the man, this is their nexus, this is their connection with terrorists. That the father of the current DG ISPR himself was in jail, was a proscribed terrorist by the United States and United Kingdom governments. And his organization, UTN, was also banned. This is the person here. I'll just show it to you. This is the DG ISPR. He briefs, if you must have seen him on TV, he is the one who's briefing every day. Yeah. This is his father, Bashiruddin. He met Osama bin Laden and was giving him nuclear weapon details. As you know, Pakistan's nuclear arsenal is like a nuclear Walmart. Anybody can purchase it, whoever pays the highest price. You know, Abdul Qadir Khan.
Well, if that's the case, why hasn't it been used by terrorists around the world?
Well, are we waiting for that eventuality? Should we be waiting for that eventuality? Abdul Qadir Khan and the manner in which he was willing to trade his nuclear arsenal and secrets to Iran. And who would Iran pose if Iran was gets nuclear power? Who is threatened by it? So therefore, these people are a challenge to global security. They are a global threat. We are doing that. We are doing the world's dirty work by eliminating Pakistani terrorists. But the Pakistani government backs these terrorists, and therefore it is incumbent for the world, for the United States, for Russia, for China, for European Union, for Japan, for all the world powers, to come and stop Pakistan and to immediately disarm them from all the nuclear weapons they have.
Well, it's very educational. Thank you very much for that. And if you don't mind, if we could talk a little bit more about the political situation here. yesterday, I had a chance to meet with one of the opposition from the National Congress Party, and he's had a few not so positive things to say about your party. And I wanted to give you a chance to kind of respond. He said that since your party's been in power, you could say the freedoms have been restricted. It's no longer a democracy. This is his words, not mine, but I wanted you to get a chance to respond.
Look, I don't want to pick bone with a political personality of an opposition party, especially while we are in a critical stage like this. Let me just tell you what my government has done today. Today, the Indian government has taken a decision that there will be 7 all-party delegations led by not just members of the BJP or members of parliament of BJP, but in fact led by members of parliament from the opposition parties, including the Congress, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, from the DMK, which is another big political party which is in the opposition. They will lead delegations across the world to expose Pakistan's nefarious links with terror. In fact, we consider this an issue on which there is no partisan politics or party politics, but we should put nation above party. As far as democracy and democratic rights are concerned, India is a free country. We don't need to be lectured by anybody else about freedoms of press, etc., especially by those who have world rankings of press freedom where they show Pakistan and Afghanistan ranking above India in press freedom. I don't think anybody takes those things seriously. I don't know why my colleague wants to use this as a platform, especially knowing his own party's track record on freedom of press and freedom of speech. I mean, Indira Gandhi had imposed the emergency in this country. The Congress party actually is the only party which imposed emergency and suspended fundamental rights. It actually took actions which were contrary to fundamental rights and freedom of speech many occasions. But that is a matter of domestic debate. Today is a time for all of us to come together and to expose Pakistan, and therefore my government has taken a decision and others in the opposition have welcomed it, that we all will be going collectively and exposing Pakistan. So I think these matters about domestic affairs can rest for domestic audiences on a domestic platform. But right now, I think that people of India are more interested in how we are dealing with Pakistan rather than treating each other as enemies.
Fair enough. And final question, ask everyone, what do you feel the biggest misconception about India or about the situation that people from around the world might have that they need to be educated more on? What could you say about the biggest misconception?
Look, the biggest misconception that people are making about India is that India is an India that is going to work on their diktats, that we are going to somehow bend in front of powers just because they want us to. Today, India has come from the 10th place in the economy to the 5th place. We are going on to become the 3rd largest economy in the world. We have today got the 4th strongest military in the world. We are a country which has a huge market, and our industry, our manufacturing prowess is increasing day by day. Our infrastructure is improving day by day. We have been a very responsible power. When it came to COVID, we were the ones who not only manufactured vaccines for our citizens, but we gave our vaccines to 100 plus countries. We have always looked at being a partner with the world when it comes to progress, peace and prosperity. And therefore, the world also has to realize that if we are attacked, we have a legitimate right to go and take action rather than for them to sit in their cozy corners and think that India should be dictated or India can be dictated. We don't take dictations from anybody, especially from third party in matters that concern our own internal interests. And we are very clear about it. We are obviously collaborating with the world when it comes to peace and prosperity, but we also have our own self-respect which is intact, and therefore we will not move on anybody else's dictation. We chart our own course.
All right, well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much.
All right, so we have gotten another great perspective on the situation here in India and the border situation as well. We're going to keep on pushing as hard as we can. Soon we're going to be getting closer and closer to the area of conflict, the LOC, or the front line, you could say. And hopefully we get some information there as well. But wherever we are, we get you as much as we can from as many different sources and perspectives, because that one source has all the information. I don't have all the information. I just give you my little piece of the pie that you might not get a perspective like this from a different area. So watch my reports, watch others' reports, get as many different sources as you can, and educate yourself. And please, comment below what else you want to see here, maybe what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Let me know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, of course, if you're new, and share. Share your friends this video and others, and make sure you watch them all to educate yourself. And remember, I'm a totally independent crowdfunded journalist. You can support my work with the link on the screen or in the description. I'm only funded by you. I only report to you, my viewers. No one tells me what to put in my reports. Only you do. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're out.